Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cypher, and apparently I ruined Fortnite for a lot of people. So let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about this situation. Before I get into this topic, I'm gonna ask that you guys show some real love on this video, because there's gonna be a lot of little haters disliking this video. And if you agree with what I'm about to say in this video, hit that like button and click subscribe so you're notified when we post a video. This is really important, okay? Today is my day off, but I'm here because I was scrolling through Twitter and there was a hashtag that was trending, and the hashtag was FCypherPK. That's the hashtag. It's pretty simple. And that really confused me, because I was like, is there another Cypher out there? Did somebody do something wrong? But there was hundreds, maybe thousands of tweets using the hashtag. So what is going on? I'm like, what is happening? Apparently, people are saying that skill-based matchmaking got brought back into squads. That it was returned to squads. As you guys know, I'm not a big fan of skill-based matchmaking. I think the games have gotten really sweaty, especially for top players. And there's not as many casual moments, fun moments, or content creation worthy moments because of how sweaty some of the games have gotten. I made a video 3 weeks ago talking about, we need to talk about Fortnite. That video got over 4 million views. And in that video, I talked about how skill-based matchmaking has made it harder for the top players to just casually play Fortnite without always sweating like they're in a competitive match. My opinion on skill-based matchmaking has always been very, very consistent, very apparent, that I was not a fan of it. But I also understood that you can't just completely remove skill-based, because there's some players that are new to the game and they most likely will not continue playing if they just keep getting, owned over and over. And I always fought against just a hardcore skill-based matchmaking, because the games were too sweaty all the time. Whether I played arena or solo, they were all competitive matches. So I really wanted to get that old casual Fortnite feel, that old casual Fortnite vibe. And I was fighting for that. And that video, it got a lot of attention from other creators. A lot has changed since that video has been posted. I'm not saying that I am responsible for those changes. I brought to light some of these issues. People started talking about it. It became a huge discussion, and Epic has kind of adjusted their communication. We've seen the patch notes to people with creator codes. We've seen changes to competitive. We've seen changes to heavy sniper, aim assist. What happened today? Skill-based matchmaking apparently returned to squads. We don't know for sure, because we don't even know if they completely removed skill-based initially. But what we do know is that for a fact, the lobbies that people were playing in had anywhere from 60 to 90 AI bots in the game. I was not a fan of that. And before I go forward with that, a lot of people might be asking, how do you know there was 60 to 90 players that were not real? One of my subs created a program that scans my replay files. What this program also does is it lets me know how many real players are in the game and how many AI players are in the game. It's like a Fortnite tracker for your own personal matches. So this was after I played the FNCS, right? There was 99 real players in the FNCS match because it's an arena match. But then I started playing some solo squads. So my first game of solo squads, there were 17 real players in my game. And then 15 real players. 14 real players. 15. I've had upwards to 36 real players. And I've had as little as 11 real players in my game. So when Ninja asked me, how do you feel about the current state of squads? I said, and I'm going to show you a clip of this. I said, I like this more than what we had before. But I still think there needs to be some adjustment to the amount of AI players, because I don't want to play a PvE game where I'm going against actual bots. I want skill-based matchmaking to be lightened or removed or whatever. I don't want the pub games to feel like competitive matches, but I also don't want every person I run into to be an AI, because that's not an actual PvP experience. I guess some people really like the whole idea of the AI. A lot of trick shotters were really upset because they were hitting trick shots on these AI players. And I have nothing to say negative about trick shotting or the trick shot community. But I do think that at the end of the day, most people would agree that eliminating real players is more satisfying than eliminating AI that don't even fight back. The weird thing is people think that I'm the reason that skill-based matchmaking got reintroduced into the game. Which, by the way, we don't know for sure if skill-based got reintroduced. I had people messaging me, my career is over because of Cypher PK. Because AI have been reduced or removed, where careers are now over, people for some reason think that I am responsible, that the guy who has been pushing for skill-based matchmaking to be changed because of how sweaty and competitive pub games have become is now responsible for skill-based being reintroduced allegedly into the game. This is the most bizarre situation I've ever seen. There was a guy who used the hashtag #FCypherPK. And then someone said, what happened? What did he do? This dude responded to that guy. He said, Cypher got skill-based matchmaking removed from Fortnite. And then that guy replied to him, was like, oh, damn, Cypher. And then some other guy comments saying, Cypher got skill-based matchmaking added to Fortnite. And then that same guy replied, what a loser. What? I can't be the punching bag on both sides. I can't be responsible for them to remove it and add it at the same time. Matter of fact, I can't be responsible for any significant change in Fortnite. I'm a single streamer. Yes, I have a platform, I have a voice, and I use it to put out my opinions on the game and give feedback and expose problems and bugs to get fixed. Let's jump right into it. Skill-based matchmaking has been removed for squads. The games are easier, less sweaty, but there is a big problem, and that is there is a lot of AI. These players right here, I don't think these guys are real players. I think maybe like leave the AI for some of the newer players, but for like more experienced players or people who have a lot of wins or whatever, there should be less AI in the lobbies and just more real players. I'm not saying bring back skill-based matchmaking, but I'm just saying tone down the amount of AI squads running around. This is what I had to say. I'm happy that the games are more casual. I'm all for the removal of skill-based. I'm all for this adjustment. But as you progress, you kind of you should start having less AI. And I know it sounds like skill-based matchmaking, but there's got to be a way to do it where it's not skill-based, but you still have opportunity for newer players like who've never played Fortnite before to go against AI and kind of slowly get it. So what I'm suggesting here is that if you make a new account, there should be a mode, like an AI mode, like where it's like new players can go against like matches that are full of mainly AI, just like how the squads were. 90 AI, 10 real players. These are games for newer accounts, for recruits, for people who don't have a lot of wins or don't have a lot of time in Fortnite. That way they can play the game and beat up some AI so that they can learn the mechanics, learn how the game works, get some like free wins, and kind of start getting adjusted to Fortnite. And then eventually it phases them out of that into the open lobbies where it's like everybody good, average, below average, they're all playing together. It's some sort of combat training mode, recruit mode, whatever it is. Like that is my suggestion. That is what I'm asking for, okay? Besides that, I do like the removal of skill base. It's going to make playing squads with the boys a lot more enjoyable. A lot of people are saying, yo, Cypher, you're such a hypocrite. You told Epic to turn off skill-based matchmaking, and now they did. And now you're complaining about bots or whatever. And I'm like, dude, first of all, a lot of these comments, like isolated, people can shift the narrative however they want. And then if they say it with enough confidence, all of a sudden everyone on the thread or the comment section now takes this as like legit truth. There were so many tweets, man. So many tweets. Exactly like what I'm just talking about here. It's like I predicted this, man. So many tweets. I always said that skill-based matchmaking needs to be adjusted. There needs to be some more variety, and there needs to be like less strict skill-based matchmaking. This isn't even like removal of skill-based matchmaking. We've got more AI in the game than real players. I prefer this over just pure skill-based matchmaking, but I know that the AI is kind of a problem. And the crazy part is I got a message from somebody who has been playing squads tonight, a really good player, and they said that skill-based matchmaking is not in the game. It's just all real players now. That there's not AI. And now that they're not going against the AI, they think that skill-based matchmaking is officially back. When we don't know, because Epic has not said what they did, what they changed.
Forever, man.
And this is, I think, this is the conversation. The conversation with me and Ninja. This is the one that got the most heat. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because people do not do research on their own. They do not do enough research before they form their opinions. There was a YouTube video posted by Daily Clip Central, right? It's just a Fortnite like channel that does just a bunch of clips. This is the thumbnail of the video. Ninja and Cypher explain why Epic made a huge mistake removing skill-based matchmaking in Fortnite. The whole video is a lie, because if you actually watch the conversation that I have with Ninja, you'll hear me say, I think this is better than what we had, but that's kind of like a little bit biased. I think it's better than what we had. As a content creator and as a streamer who's good at the game, like, it's a little bit biased, but I think for me this is personally better than what we had. But I think there's still a lot that can be done. You have the recruit mode. You can have soft skill based, where like it breaks the players down into larger categories, like much larger categories, and it's not strict. So like, and I got so many messages from people saying, "What are you doing? You got skill based removed, and now you want it back? You hypocrite!" Blah blah blah. People are literally getting clickbaited by this. By this wasn't the only channel that did this, and I had people typing out full blown like essays to me, full blown essays to me on Reddit, talking about how, you know, you need to make up your mind. I kind of understand now more than ever some of the things that went down with some of the other bigger content creators, where people jumped on hate bandwagons for no reason, right? I kind of understand that a little bit more now. Seriously, was not expecting it, especially on something like this, especially on something that I am completely against, which is the addition of a strict skill-based matchmaking. For people to go after me on that, on something that I've been fighting to get changed and removed for over a year. It's so weird, man. And at the end of the day, man, a lot of the people tweeting this, they were kids. Because I looked through the profiles. It was a lot of anime profile pictures, Fortnite profile pictures, Skull Troopers, Renegade Raiders, Ghoul Troopers. Those were the accounts, right? And I don't blame the kids as much, because sometimes when you're a kid, you just follow whatever you see. You follow the trends. But to the content creators, you guys know who you are. To the content creators who have like legitimate followings, thousands of followers, they upload videos, they stream. To those guys who came after me, you guys need to understand that you have influence. You can't just be tweeting things out without actually, especially things so aggressive like an F Cypher hashtag, and to point your audience at somebody who literally has only good intentions for Fortnite. And I like to think of myself as an ambassador for streamers and content creators, because I want this game to be more enjoyable for people who create content like you. I'm trying to help you. And a lot of you turned on me. A lot of the smaller streamers and content creators turned on me when given the opportunity without really doing any research, and sent their fans to attack me. So many hateful photoshops of my face in clown suits. And if I wasn't thick-skinned, if I haven't been in the business for as long as I have, man, that could have really hurt me. It could have really sent it through me, bro. If I didn't have that like thick skin, if I didn't think the way I did, today could have been one of the worst days of my life over misinformation and a witch hunt that had no reason to happen. I really want this game to be amazing. It is an amazing game. I shouldn't even say I want it to be amazing. This game is amazing. It is the best game I've ever played. I want it to be better. I want more content. I want to be able to make more content, talk about new things. I want competitive and casual to coexist in harmony. I want all these things, and I know it's going to take time for Epic to bounce back and forth with the community and with us and with content creators and with pro players, and to really like they're actually listening. They really are listening. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer for them to do things exactly the way that, you know, the whole community wants them to do it. But at the very least, change is happening, and there's communication, which we didn't have before. We do have it now. Okay? Things are better now than they were a couple months ago when we didn't know when the World Cup was going to happen, if there was going to be a next competition. People had no idea. People had no idea what the plans were for content. There wasn't updates. There wasn't patch notes. We have more information now than we did. And the game is really shifting in a good direction. And today was just like, unfortunately, today was like a reminder that sometimes, you know, people can jump on bandwagons that are toxic, that are hateful, that are unfactual, factually incorrect. I think we learn from this. I really do think we learn from this. I do think that it's good that this happened to me and not somebody else. I feel like I try to take the situation and turn it into like a learning experience, turn it into like a positive thing that happened instead of a negative. And I try to do that. I try to do that with my content, with the game, with everything. So thank you guys for watching this. Like I said, best thing you can do for this video is to like it if you actually agreed and enjoy what I said. If you agree with what I said, like this video, hit that subscribe button. And here's to making Fortnite better, and here's to making the community more positive, and to have that conversation in a more productive manner. Thank you guys.